settings. I think I may have turned up Spotify a bit too much. Let's kick that down a notch. I can always turn it in my headphones, but I don't need you guys peeking just because I want some music in the background. Can everybody hear me? Test, test, test. Listen to the sweet, sultry sound of my voice. Just kidding. I know it's not that. Appreciate you being here, Smoke. And it is 9 o'clock. Just in time for Critical Role to go live because, of course, I'm going live at the exact same time as that and trying to compete. Alright, here we go. Let's switch it over to that live screen. And hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Glad to see you again. Sorry about the little bit of a delay. I had to get myself some water and tuck in my daughter for the evening. My son is going to have his alarm go off right here on my cell phone, and I'll send him to bed without too much of hullabaloo. But I definitely got to make sure that everybody can hear me. It looks like I'm going live. If I got to raise it up, I got to raise it up. Just let me know. But to kick things off, today is one of those days where we're going to tone it down. I am really excited about the announcements that came this year, and if you can't tell, we're looking at 78 pages of a new catalog from the awesome team over at XPG. And if you're not familiar with XPG, XPG is the gaming section of AData, and they have done their best to separate themselves and establish their brand as an awesome all-in-one encompassing gaming brand, and that's really awesome. I have a really good friend over there, and he told me about some of these really cool things that they got going on, and I may be seeing some of them come our way soon so I can do some reviews for you. Hope you enjoy. So, first up, they want to talk about Mira. Mira is XPG's brand ambassador. That's their anime character, and it's pretty neat. I mean, that's a neat little 3D rendering and everything, and they actually have Mira-themed gear. Really cool. Mira Edition Lancer RGB DDR5 RAM. You've got the Battleground Large, which is their mouse mat. The Seeker, which is their gaming mechanical keyboard. The Precog S, which is their wired headset. The Slingshot, which is fairly decent wired gaming mouse. And then the Valor Air, which features that nice, almost, it's not Pepto-Bismol. It's a really nice pink. It doesn't get in your face, and I rather enjoy it. It'll be cool for some themed builds, I think. So first up is the Mira Edition XPG DDR5 RAM with the stylish heat sinks, customizable RGB. 7200 for that speed. XMP 3.0. That's not bad at all, and those heat spreaders are actually fairly substantial. I've used a lot of their line of RAM over the years, and in several builds I even had some of their RAM featured in my CES build from 2020. I don't know about the chewing gum, Mana chewing gum. It's just sugar-free caffeine, lutein, and xylitol. It's gum. It's a neat little add-on that they're probably going to toss in with if you buy specific gear. Now, this is one that had me really excited. I talked to Ivan over at XPG, and this laptop has me really impressed. It's not the top of the line Intel i7, but I mean, does it improve RAM speed, right? Nice to see you in here, Pool. So get this, 13th gen i7 13700H, and the H is just their mobile processor, but it's got the mobile RTX 4070 in it and their new ADATA 850 SSD. So you can actually customize this. You can get it with a 4060 or a 4070, but that PCIe Gen 4 850 is a 1 terabyte SSD mandatory. Now, between the 4070 and the 4060, you'll see the slight differentiation between the DDR5 specs. One comes with 16 gigs, the other one comes with 32. The panel being a full HD IPS 144 Hz with an NTSC of 72% and 300 nits. Not bad at all. Insanity, welcome. It's good to see you in here, brother. I haven't seen you in quite some time, and interacting like this has me happy. How's my audio this evening, guys? I just want to check with you. I'm not peaking too much. I'm not popping and making the microphone go wonky, and you're not hearing too much of my AC unit in the corner, because unfortunately my house is like 78 degrees right now, so it's a bit toasty. Gaming ready performance with that processor, 4070 with a TGP of 140 watts. Not bad at all. Now check out the thank you very much, Insanity. This is actually the microphone that Adam over at PC World sent me to try and help me get the ball rolling again and really take off with creating content and doing what it is that I love and sharing things with the world. So one of my goals is to get a standing mic so I'm not eating the headset mic. Believe it or not, this sucker is really tiny. This is the NZXT Mic Mini on the Mic Mini boom arm. And then I actually have a custom cable from Cable Mod that they sent over a long time ago. It was just something for me to test out, and it's their aviator cables that they make in-house. They're really nice. It's USB-C, comes with a quick disconnect down here at the bottom. I may be able to get it in shot. Yeah, right there. And then the boom arm actually has cable management grommets built in, so I'm really impressed with it. The audio does sound fairly good by comparison to my previous microphones that I've had. But getting back to the story at hand, we've got the enhanced cooling system. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of heat pipes coming on that sucker. And that, I mean, yeah, that's going to definitely dissipate some heat. Not bad. The 15KC, that's just a different style. It's the Intel Evo processors. I'm not super familiar with them. This is a little bit older because it's running the 3000 series NVIDIA cards. Look at me getting all tricked out and dialed in. Proud of you, brother. It does my soul good to see you live again. Seriously, I appreciate it, man. I've been dealing with a lot and trying to reestablish who I am, not only as a person after everything that happened with the charity, but after everything that happened to me personally, and with everything that went on in my life, and with my diagnoses and everything. It really just slammed me really bad. Stell's Bells. Is that you, Stella? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. I am here to talk nerdy to you and show everything that I love that's going on in Computex in Taipei, Taiwan right now. And all this media coverage is brought to you by several different locations. This is actually the catalog direct from XPG that my buddy sent me. So what I think you guys will be the most interested in as far as what's coming is actually coming down here. Right here, you'll see the Fusion 1600 Titanium, and if you were with me last night, you'll actually know what this is. This is a collaboration design that features new 2 12-volt high-power connectors, and it's ATX 3.0 ready, meaning that it meets the new standard coming out from Intel here very soon. And what's really, really cool about this is I'm going to show you a video where they power 4 RTX 4090s off of a single unit. And for any of you that know what those are, you know that they draw a lot of power. And for a single unit to power 4 of them at the same time and remain stable is something to be said for sure. And thank you for being here, Stella. I really appreciate you. It makes me feel really good to see my friends popping into stream and interacting, and the chat is where it's at for sure. I had kind of a rough evening before I came into this stream, so it means a lot. It definitely means a lot seeing everyone here. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get this up. I'm going to pause the music really quick because you definitely need to see this. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate you. All right. So this is that Fusion. Look at that size of the capacitors inside that bad boy. Here you go. That's powering 4 RTX 4090s. And they're not just standard 4090s. Those are the Asus ROG 4090s. So even higher performance level than just the stock NVIDIA cards. One power supply. One single power supply is powering all of them stable in clocks, running everything. And that's insane. I saw another video last night of it actually ramping up and keeping up with all of them while it was in use. And I can't wait, because if what I've been told is true, I'm going to get to play with one of these. And that makes me really excited because I love new tech and I love sharing it with everyone. So to get back to the XPG releases, I know it was a nice little teaser video. Yeah, you need one of those 4090s. Dude, when the time comes, we need to talk about upgrading that charity build of yours and getting some new hardware inside. I'm sure it's finally feeling its age after all these years, but I would love to upgrade you sometime, and maybe we can find a way to make that happen. I think it would be really awesome. So what you see right here, certified by Cybernetics and 80+. So not only is it certified by multiple rating companies, yes, it is extremely exciting, and I've got a whole bunch of goodies that are already on the way that I get to test and photograph and make look beautiful and share with you guys. Yeah, it would be a blessing, and you know what, I want to make it happen someday. Someday soon, because I'm going to have that capability, and I do want to take care of you like I always originally intended. So when you look at this, titanium certification means it's the highest rating that you can get for power efficiency across the board. Most of them only get rated by 80 plus. This is also rated by cybernetics, which is a higher rating system than 80 plus. It does function digitally. You can control the power consumption through their Prime software that they're putting out. You can combine two of them by doing an OC link. And that's nuts because you don't see that in the industry. You always see separate power supplies powering just different parts of the setup if you have to have two. But this being capable of running in tandem, that is unheard of. And I can't wait to get to play with it. CyberCore, Platinum certified, absolutely awesome. ATX 3.0 ready, and the 12 volt high power connector right out of the gate. They're native. Kyber, also 12 volt high power, ATX 3.0, and Cybernetics Gold certified, coming in 850, 750, and 650 watt. Those are your mid-range power supplies, and they're still certified at Gold and ATX 3.0 with the 12 volt high power connector straight out of the gate. So you're not going to see that insane markup for price. CyberCore Platinum offers just a little bit more. Is all this tech just being released? Yes. Okay, so all of these things are either just announced at Computex, like they're showing it off at the trade show right now, or it's about to be released later this year. We don't have definitive dates on some of them, but a majority of them that I'm showing you tonight has already been released and is getting ready for shipment out for retail sale. So the core reactor, that's their standard power supply. That has been going on for quite some time. The pylon as well. You'll see their XPG logo down here in the corner. That's been going on for quite some time. Here is where things get really, really exciting. We're getting into the cases, and all of them are going to be airflow oriented with cable management in mind, with multiple color schemes, and a decent price point as well. You get a full front mesh panel, ATX form factor, comes with fans pre-installed. You get 4 fans right out of the gate, and they are PWM fans from my understanding. Straight up hardcore. I love it when you show off new sexy tech. Just wait. I have some really cool things coming down the pipeline that I haven't even touched yet, but they're on the way, and I'm going to be showing some of them to you here tonight. One of the companies that is really shown some incredible support is actually Enermax. And Enermax, I already got confirmation that Enermax wants to sponsor to send me to Computex 2024 next year. Full ride, the whole 9 yards, to do live coverage of all of this. Video feed, streaming, pictures, you name it, the whole thing. And I will get to touch and see all of the new tech. I will get to attend the unveiling events, all of it. My first stream, I actually covered the NVIDIA keynote, which was all of their upcoming stuff for this next year. And it wasn't gaming oriented because it wasn't GDC. GDC, the gamer, gaming display convention, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it stands for. I just know it's GDC. Nerdier Comic, even more. This is solely dedicated to computers. Whereas like CES in January, dibs on any unicorn colored theme tech. We'll see. So CES is actually the Consumer Electronics Expo in January in Vegas, and that's where they unveil everything tech. So TVs, projectors, smart cars, everything you could ever think of. Computex in Taiwan is solely dedicated to computers, and so you get the entire hardcore focus on just what we love, and that's what gets me excited. The Valor Air actually comes in black and white. The Cruiser, that's their full-size chassis. That thing is big and bad, and it has been for quite some time. The Defender Pro, that's their air-oriented chassis. It's a little bit smaller. It's got the mesh front panel, and it has a built-in ARGB strip, so you get the pretty lights. The Defender Tower Defense is a mesh version of what you see up here. Full mesh, flat front. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, coming in multiple colors so you can stand out. Starker Air, what they're not showing here, if I can find it. Okay, so what you don't see here in the Starker Air is they actually have a pink version of this, and I am probably going to get to test that as well. The Starker is just that solid front panel. Still has a decent airflow. It's just more visual oriented. It's for those that want a quieter, less dusty style system when they're building. The Battle Cruiser, absolutely. That sucker is huge. It's designed for liquid cooling. You can get multiple glass panels. There is glass everywhere. It is designed to show off anything and everything that you've been inside it. The Invader definitely speaks to me like the fractal design style cases, where it's got that front panel that's flat. Everything else inside is just sleek, simple, nothing really to it. It's just got that one glass panel where you want to show off your hardware, but you don't need to do anything beyond that. Levante X360, check this out. That is an infinity mirror built in to the all-in-one liquid cooling pump. And that features the new Asetek 7th Gen liquid cooler. Okay, since I'm a dumb grunt, let me ask you this. If a PC was built with all this new shiny tech, how long would its lifespan be before upgrades were needed? Lifespan easier to understand for me. Okay, so keep in mind that when you talk lifespan now, lifespan is up to you, because a majority of these are coming with 2, 3, 5, 10-year warranties depending on the product itself. They are designed to last longer because people are upgrading less after what occurred in 2020. A lot of people realized that they didn't need everything new and shiny every single time they came out. So they stopped upgrading. Now they're making it affordable again. Now they're making it last longer again. Now they're focusing on the longevity of your system. So for me, I would say any of this new tech, you'd be looking at 3 to 5 years if you didn't do anything but routine maintenance. Obviously, they came out with a 240 edition, a little bit smaller, fitting in smaller spaces, still good. Levante 360, that's the original. That's the one with the standard pump head. Levante 240, same thing, just in a smaller platform. These are some of the new Infinity style ARGB fans that are coming out. Really cool. And yes, it is fantastic. I love the fact that these things are coming out now, that you can see just what is taking precedence over, hey, I need all new hardware every single year. One thing I wanted to touch on is this fan design. If you look at the fan blades themselves, not only do these daisy chain, but the fan blades themselves are designed for silent operation. Heck yeah. The quieter my fans are in my computer system, the better. If they are still capable of doing the entire workload that the solid fans are doing, only with half the noise, I'm going to take half the noise every single time. I don't know what the actual specs are as far as like fluid pressure dynamics or anything like that. So if you want to put it on a radiator, it might not be as quiet just because it does have that barrier to get through. Keep that in mind. Vento Pro 120 PWM, that is designed to be that high airflow, high static pressure. It's going to go. 5-year warranty on that. On a fan, you don't see that. 5-year warranty on a fan means that if you have something break down, hey, I know this was, X amount of dollars, but can I have a new one? Hey, I installed this 3 years ago. It's starting to make some nasty noise. Can I have a new one? Yep, every single time. XPG is standing next to their products, and I love it. Got some more ARGB. You've got the more standard. Now here's your rainbow unicorn, awesome, pretty stuff. These are ARGB extension cables. They've been putting them out for a little while now, but they daisy chain so that they can all go together. And they are fiber optic cable sleeving, which means that all throughout the outside here, they're going to sparkle. They're going to look like they lit up from every angle, and each one of them is going to be beautiful every single time. That's what the cables actually look like themselves on the inside. So they're sleeved, and then there's actually a grommet that goes on the outside that carries that color to transmit through. And they made them for your graphics card now too. So, pretty colors. Pretty colors. And then they made RGB strips to go with it. And they all daisy chain. Okay, now we're getting into the new RAM. So, if you're not familiar, this is DDR5. This is the current generation for both AMD and Intel for your system. The current generation, I believe, is the 13th gen Intel, and then AMD 7000 series processors. Specific motherboard types support that. You have to look it up before you get it, because there are some yes, in a box of chocolate. Yeah, heck yeah. These ones, excellent speeds, capable of up to 8,000. DDR5 8,000. I remember when that was 800. And that was in like 2005. 2003-ish. 2003 was about when we started seeing the push above 1,000. I still have the 2700. Exactly. And I mean, Insanity has, I believe I put a 2700 in there as well. The 2700X. So they're in this 7000 series now. These are awesome. This actually got a Red Dot Award this year for its capabilities. Easy overclocking, straight out of the gate. You go into your motherboard, click, turn on XMP, Expo, depending on which system you've got, all the way up to 7200 for DDR5 capacity, up to 32 gigs. I'm guessing it's 32 gigs per DIMM, so you can get up to 64 total as a kit. Then you get the ROG certified. That's a Rip Van Winkle of the PC world, right? We have been together for so long. We've been together for so long doing this and talking about PC parts and sharing our passions and everything like that, that when, like, John and I met, that was a long time ago, and it's hard to believe that it's been that long. But we're still talking about this stuff together, and look at how far things have advanced. I built him something with an RX, I want to say, what was that, Power Color Red Devil 570 or 590, I can't remember. Oh, time to shut off my son's internet and tell him it's bedtime. Bear with me while I shut down really quick. I love that I can do this by my phone. Honestly, it was the best upgrade that I made to our internet in a long time. So, now his internet's off and he'll go to bed. It really has. All of you. Like, I can't believe that we're still talking about this and doing this many years later. And I'm getting to share my growth with all of you. And I'm getting to see all of your growth. John, I get to watch your videos anytime you put them out. Your good morning videos. I love those little posts on Twitter. Heck yeah. Every single time. Every single time. I forget to hit the like button because I'm too enthralled by the video and then I get sucked into other things. But I do catch the videos every time. I love it. Alright, so Lancer ROG certified. This is coming in a specific kit. This is specifically designed for Asus setup, and it's certified by their technicians to work with their stuff. DDR5 6600 is a very respectable speed. That's all there is to it. I mean, criminy sakes, I think I'm running 3600 in my system. My stupid lack of net, it's all about all I can do. That and shorts. I mean, that's all you really need. These days, I am seeing more engagement on my photos than I am on my streams, than I am on my TikToks or anything. I see more engagement from putting up a photo than I do anything else, and I'm here for it. Go for it. I'm going to push it all day long. Spectrix D35Gs. These have been around for a little while. These are your 3200 DDR4, 3600 DDR4, 8, 16, and 32 gig capacity. These are just your, it's gonna work, it's gonna look pretty. Why not put it in your system? XMP 2.0 is what they were at for DDR4. It's hard to believe that we've moved beyond that. Here's your ROG certified version, same thing as before. They just certify that it works with their hardware. Spectrix D50, I never got my hands on those. They looked pretty. They had some really cool heat spreaders, but they're not as pretty as the ones that I fell in love with, which is right here. The Spectrix D60Gs. Those things, that whole heat spreader lit up. Whole thing lit up. And if you remember my CES 2020 build, that's what I had in there. That's what was lighting up the whole frickin' RAM spot. Those things are cool. They do look really nice. They're gorgeous, and they had a substantial feel to them. They didn't feel like they were going to fall apart because they were, flimsy. They were very, very good at what they did. Spectrix D41, that was their gen just before that. It's still DDR4, XMP 2.0, worked with Ryzen. It was Ryzen certified, and those were cool. They looked very metal. They felt metal, and it was a large heat spreader surface. Gamix D35, that was their standards. D45, their standards. D30, those were when they were just heading into Ryzen. This was when they started realizing that Ryzen needed specific speeds for it to be utilized correctly. Gamix D20, Gamix D10, and what stinks is they didn't show the one that I loved the most besides the D60G, and that was the one, I can't even remember the model number anymore, but it was very similar to... it was very similar to the D41. However, it had liquid built in. It had liquid cooling built in. And that was sick to see. I think they released it at like CES or Computex in like 2019. And then it disappeared. It just didn't hit the market right. And nobody was really feeling it. Things happen. Now here's their push for their M.2 PCIEs. Really cool. I know this gets a little long-winded when you do a full product stack catalog. So if you're getting a little bored or anything, or you want to move on to the next thing, by all means, let me know. I mean, we're a good half hour into stream already. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Again, thank you for being here. It means the world. So, works with PS5. Read speeds of 6,300 megabytes per second. Not megabits, megabytes. 6,300. Compatible with Intel Evo laptops as well. So, there's your Gamix S70 blades. PCIe 4.0, NVMe 1.4. Built-in heat spreaders, and designed specifically for PS5 expansion. So, here's where it gets good. Not board, drive on. Got it. Here's where it gets interesting. Up to 4 terabytes. 4 terabytes for your PS5. I'll take it. Those games are getting freaking huge. My PS5 upstairs, I had to expand the storage as soon as I got it, because it came with like 512. And if you add storage to it, that 512 stays. That's what's stock. But when you add to it, it means you can have more than 4 games on the thing. And it was absolutely necessary for me to do. Stella, if you're still in here and Lucas wants to do an upgrade, have him text me. Because I know Luke, I'm pretty sure I remember Luke saying he added PS5. So let me know. We may do an upgrade stream or something like that for him. Gamix S50, this is the light version. This is still same thing, just doesn't go to the 4 terabyte. S40G, that was the PCIe Gen 4, not super high speed. This was that middle step before they reached the new interface. So 3,500 or 3,000 megabytes per second. That's still insanely fast. Your son just got one. Heck yeah. I mean, the PS5, it's a workhorse, and I appreciate it. It's got all AMD hardware inside. So does the new Xbox. They're running roughly the same hardware, just slightly different user interfaces. That's okay. You know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's kick some music back on. I need something playing in the background. There. Get some excitement. I just realized nothing was playing, and my headphones were really quiet, and all I was hearing was the fan in my voice, and so it was kind of driving me nuts. Turn it down so it's not blaring in my eardrums. Okay, so this is going to be your pretty RGB M.2. Really cool. S20G, again, really pretty. Really cool heat spreader. I mean, it was very unique. The thing is they discovered that the more RGB you put on these drives, the more it drives up the heat. So the heat spreaders aren't exactly the greatest thing. The Gamix S11, this one came out quite some time ago. I've used it several times. They just work. Absolutely good. I'd get that any day. Oh, Snoots, not right now. Cat decided it was time to jump up on the desk, and I said because he likes to stick his claw and touch the fans over on my computer and randomly go and stop the blades. So these are just your stocks, no heat spreaders, no nothing. They're good, they work, they do what they're supposed to. If you get them, they're gonna be a decent price point. They're gonna work. They're gonna have that warranty. They're gonna do what you need. Here's one of the things that really caught my eye. I haven't seen a gaming company that has a full stack like this put out a decent set of headphones. But that's a 50 millimeter driver. omnidirectional microphone, and they only weigh 300 grams. 300 grams is nothing. The ones I'm wearing weigh more than that. Spatial 3D audio, works with Windows Sonic. It is wired, however, I prefer wired. Teffin, I'm glad to see you in. Brother, thanks for stopping in. I'm glad to see you. Folks, Teffin is one of our tech reviewer friends / modders from up in the frozen tundra, even beyond my frozen tundra. So, welcome on in, brother. You'll have to bear with me. The precog analog, that's high resolution audio, electrostatic dynamics certified. Rodimus. That's awesome. I'm glad to see you in. Thank you for being here, brother. I miss this. Look, we're seeing. Sorry. I'm glad to see my friends in here. Everybody just keeps rolling in. It's making my night. I really needed it after how part of the evening went, so thank you. I've seen some neat stuff, so I had to check everything out. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do as much coverage as I can throughout the entire event. No crying how I get emotional. Yeah, no shit. Pardon my French, but I marked this as a not for children stream, so if there's any children in here, I apologize. Honestly, I like the wired headsets. I like high-res audio. I like having customization. And I love closed-back cans. Closed-back cans, while yes, they do separate you from your environment, they have such incredible sound control, and that's what I care about the most. And look at the size of those cans, dude. Like, seriously. Those are some beefy cans. I don't doubt that they've got some incredible sound. Ambient noise protection built into the microphone. I'm gonna have to ask my rep if I can get a set of these to test, because Adam over at PC World sent me some JLabs DAC and amp for my desk for me to hook up. I just haven't hooked it up because it requires the beefy cable connector in it, and all I have is the 3.5 millimeter. So we'll definitely have to ask about that later. These are getting into some of the saw Gigabyte, MSI, and Asus have the stealth wiring motherboards and cases to match. I knew they were working on it in 19. Talking to JJ at CNE. Yeah, some of the things that I'm going to be talking about tonight actually involve that, and where they're going with motherboards and processors and cases and everything. So that's absolutely gnarly. I'm going to skip past the keyboards. Yes, they are really gnarly. This is where it's at for me. So XPG Prime, their software intends to completely encompass every single one of their products. Everything that you have, and switching between multiple computers with the flick of a button. That's it. Wireless, untethered mouse, Red Dot Design Award winner. I'm always all for it. Great battery life, great sensor, great switches, and 2-year warranty straight out of the gate. The Alpha, another Red Dot winner. The Slingshot, it's the slingshot speaks to me of the way that everyone was going for the ultralight mice. Personally, I like something with substance. I like a claw grip. So like right now, it may be a $20 mouse, $20 wireless mouse, but this is the Red Dragon, what is it, Griffin Wireless, 8,000 DPI. I don't need anything intense because if I game on here, it's going to be RPGs. I'm not competitive gaming at all, so give me something easy. Battleground L, mouse mat. I mean, it's neat and nothing super fancy. Comes in 2 different designs. They get the Prime XL. That's the one that connects to their software, so you can have the fancy RGB, and it's dual zone, so it'll light up in different ways. If you get a set, let me know the level of sound dampening. I need to know as it gets loud here with dogs and such. The ones that I'm wearing right now, I'm actually very impressed. I have never owned a set of EPOS headphones, and these are the H3 Pro Hybrid. They're a wireless set, but they also have wired capabilities, and they charge via USB-C, so fast charging. They tell you the charge level inside the headset, and they can charge and play at the same time. Definitely a selling point. 12 thumb button mouse. Hey, I mean, that's, so you're the MMO mouse guy. I got it. That. My cat just got stuck. Yep. What a goob. Oh, that's too funny. So, again, nice product stack just coming from XPG. Now I want to touch on something that Johnny over at InWin sent me. InWin, as you guys may remember, was one of my very first sponsors several years ago when I was doing my other thing before I had to start over. And Johnny reached out to me again, sent me a case, sent me a power supply, and sent me, you know, just some goodies to start me off and get the ball rolling again, make me feel like I was at home. And so I want to give them some full coverage on their new product line because holy crap, I dig it. This is their Computex lineup, and Teffin, you're going to be impressed because they went wood for one of their cases, only they did it for, I believe, an ITX. And oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they've got their, this is just a display of their booth area. They had some really cool display units out. Number one, their D5 mid tower. That is a full mesh case, nothing to it. That's all open air, almost an open air case, but full dust filtration. Toolless quick release panels, so you no longer have thumb screws holding things in. Push button. That wooden case is amazing. Yes, seriously. Now, perforated steel front panel is definitely something that I appreciate. And if you look right here, that's a headphone hanger that tucks away. So if you want to stick your headphones on the front of your case, boom, done. Absolutely solid. I love the things coming from InWin this year, and, well, really every year. The F5 reminds me of yet another iteration of their like their 327 or 527. So they're the standard cases that InWin is really known for, but they're really freaking good at. They know exactly what people are asking for now, so they made this a mesh front panel. They made the mesh panel back here. You get that airflow. Up top is going to be a 360 radiator. Down here, you're going to fit a full ATX motherboard. And then in front, you get those 2 intake fans, and the bottom get 3. Super easy, super nice. This is one that stood out to me. Check out this AIO. Check out this AIO. TR24, TR36, TR28, and TR42. That is a 240, 360, 280, and 420. 420 mil radiator in an all-in-one. They are trying to combat the insane amount of heat that these new chips are putting out, like the 7000 series chips from AMD and the 13 series from Intel. Oh yeah, 6-year warranty on that. Pro grade radiator fans. Those are the Neptune DN Pros. Integrated twin turbine PWM pumps built into the head. This thing is going to be a powerhouse. We don't have release dates on any of this stuff yet, but it is all being showcased right now, which means they have the prototypes ready. They have everything going. It's just a matter of when. MR24 and 36. That is their Neptune series fans. They always look good. They super easy pump mounting system. It looks very similar to the original Ace-Tech designs. I'm guessing that they have likely moved the pump design to a twin pump. Not bad. These are those insane fans that they had on that AIO at the top. Pro-grade silent static pressure fans. It's a good design aesthetic. I like it. It's super easy, super nice. Nylon braided modular extension cables. So, meaning that they are going to actually add fan length if you need it and take it away if you don't. For somebody who hates dealing with cable management, like most of us, that's going to be nice. I'll take it. DN120, DN140, again, same thing, only in pitch black. Yup. Here's one that really stood out to me. Modular extension cables, but a lock and go cable with secure fastener, meaning you click it in, you know it's in, and you don't got to worry about it. Plug and go. No more 12 million freaking fans in the same case. Check this out. Okay, so when I first looked at it, the Dubili, I want to say it, Dubili, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's a fully modular case. But you've got layout options in it again. You can swap things around. At first I thought it was like the I was looking at it, I was like, man, that looks like that old Apple cheese grater case at first. But then I started looking closer and I realized that every single one of these pieces is interchangeable, so you can make it your own. You can make it stand out, and that is full high airflow in that bad boy. Yeah, you don't have a PSU shroud, but if you change the layout, you don't have to worry about that at all. This is the one that they were showing off with Linus and a couple other content creators that were here at Computex. It's called Mod Free, fully modular case. When they say it's a perpetual upgradable chassis, it means that every single one of those parts can be added to and stacked and added to some more. You could have 6, 8, 10 radiators in a single case. You could lay it on its side and build 10 cases into one and have it into one giant insane setup that takes up half of your room if you wanted to. It's all available, and you can change the orientation of everything, which is awesome for modders. I'm gonna take it. Here's the Mod Free Mini. That is your wooden case that I was talking about, and smoke for sure. Fully modular, ITX format. It's super sleek, super simple design language, And they took what Fractal did and they turned it on its head and made it unique. And I love the design that they went with over here. What I would want to do with something like this is build in this, but then add Liquid House's standalone radiator stand, so you could do the liquid cooling outside of the chassis and have it color match and everything like that. I think that would be sick to have that ITX standing case and then right next to it your radiator and fans. Heck yeah. Again, they did it again. They put out another modular case that's fully DIY, and this thing looks snapped together. That's sick. I have no other way to describe it. Those are tempered glass panels, but oh no, apologies, frosted acrylic. We're going back to acrylic. Please don't be scratchy. I would greatly appreciate it. I mean, please at least give it a coating so when I wipe it with a microfiber cloth, it isn't going to turn into a shredded mess. I always worry about acrylic. And if you know what it's like to work with acrylic, you know that it can be a horrible mess. Now, InWin isn't super known for their power supplies, but they do make their own, and they work. They work really well. They put out their own for all of their signature series cases, like the InWin D-frame that Rodimus had. That thing had an InWin specific power supply that you could only fit in that case and like two others. So the P132 and the P1052, you're looking at a 1050 watt and a 1300 watt, both of them ATX 3.0. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad that they're giving that standard now. The 1300 watt has the two 12 volt high power cable connections. Absolutely awesome. Overcurrent protection, over voltage protection, under voltage, over power protection. I mean, you name it. So any chance you guys are going to get one of those sleek cases, we'll get to watch you build a new PC for myself. I'll probably get a case from them and build a PC, but I don't think it'll be for me. We'll see. It all depends on how we want to do it. Maybe I'll talk to them about doing a giveaway and having them cover shipping and things like that, because giveaway shipping in a full system build is just absolutely atrocious for spending. And Johnny would probably be all game for it. Their standard series, this is the PF2. It's just a newer version of what they already had for their solid P series power supplies. They worked really well. They were really quiet. They were fully modular flat cables, so they stayed out of the way. You could tuck everything away under, you know, the PSU shroud, and it just looked good. It worked. V series, another ATX 3.0 power supply. Now check this out. That's a headset stand. Headset stand. You've got the Jazz, the Latin, and the Opera. And it allows 8 ARGB lighting modes. I didn't even know they were going to do that. Like, I dig a headphone stand. Currently, mine was a skull for the longest time, just because, you know, I could set it on there. It was the same shape. They stayed on, and it stayed out of the way. Right? They look good. The InWin 327. This is the new iteration. Okay, so Phantom Gaming from ASRock had their 3 series case from them. What is new about this case, and I have the 327 upstairs right now ready to build in. It is a new version of their 301. The 301 and the 301 Phantom Gaming, they both had this exact same shape and layout. The only difference is that front panel there that you see right here, that was a solid metal piece, and the airflow only came from the back. Now they have that full mesh front, so you can get that nice intake besides just the bottom 3 fans that they have available on the case. So you get the 3 fans in the bottom doing intake, you get the 2 fans in the front, and then you exhaust a single out the rear. So it's designed for positive pressure. I like a positive pressure case. They always work really well. The only other exhaust would be if you kept the fan for the power supply on instead of putting it in like 0 decibel mode. 515 Phantom Gaming. I've got the 505 non-Phantom upstairs as well, ready for me to build in. Yet another full mesh front here, but then you've got the triple radiator, or the 360 mil radiator section up top, so you can have that nice liquid cooling inside your gorgeous case. In love with the NZXT H9. Oh yeah, the H9 is gorgeous. Now check this out. This is an EK concept case designed to work with EK water block stuff. Removable radiator rails, dual 420s. This is going to be a huge monster of a case. If it ever releases, who's to say? This is a collab case. They have to get the concept done and out there, but they're probably showcasing a first version at Computex right now. Next thing I wanted to get you on is actually comes from Tech Critter. I was checking out the Gigabyte showcase for all of the new motherboards. Is exactly what Tefan was talking about. These are all the hidden cable motherboards, where all of your cabling going in, with the exception of those 2 up top, comes out the back or the side. So you've got a new X670E Aorus Master. You've got a Z790 Aorus Extreme. They've got a new Aorus 4080 16 gig Master. Absolutely beautiful. The Aorus M6 gaming mouse, Aorus 15 and 17 laptops, the Aorus 15X and 17X, slightly different design language. Guessing it's going for a little bit more high performance. Then they've got the Aorus Stealth case, and I had a lovely phone call with the folks over at Gigabyte, and there's a possibility that we may be getting in at least a couple of these things to showcase and do product photography for. We haven't gotten a yay or nay yet because Computex is going on. We need to get through that and get into Q3 before we set everything in stone. Now the Aorus ARM Edition gaming monitor. What the monitor arm is actually a clamp. I want you to think about that. That sucker has a built-in monitor arm. You don't have to worry about that stinking stand anymore at the bottom of your monitors. Hybrid loser, hey, welcome on in. I need that case in my life. Heck yeah. I have serious buyer's remorse. I bought the NV7 and today Fantex. Yes, I definitely understand that, but don't go into your build thinking, oh man, I should have waited, because the NV9, it's going to take time to push out to market. So you're going to have time to actually be in your case and enjoy it and know the ins and outs before that thing finally hits to market. Yeah, monitor clamp. Check that out. That is sick. It clamps to your desk. It's a pass-through port, so you can stand it in. Z790 Aero and B650 Aero Gs. Those are absolutely gorgeous white boards. That's their all-white aesthetic. I love their Creator series. The Aero series they're designed about content creation and productivity. I love it. 4070 Ti Aero OC V2. Just that white and silver beauty. Gorgeous pass-through fins. It's a 2.5. Gigabyte's definitely putting out some heat this year, and I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Now, for you content creators out here, get ready. Evermedia dropped it. Evermedia has something absolutely awesome for game changers. HDMI 2.1 game capture cards in 2 different models. Live Gamer Ultra 2.1 and the Live Gamer 4K 2.1. So you've got the internal and external card. Internal and external. You are looking at 4K 144 HDR with variable refresh rate pass-through. Variable refresh rate is a game changer, especially for HDMI. You can also drop it down to 1080 and do 240 FPS. They actually got awarded the Best Choice Award for 2023 at Computex. And for those of you that remember when I was still streaming, when it was a stream team and everything like that, and I was playing my games and doing all that, I was actually using the Live Gamer Ultra. I don't think it was the 553, but it was the Live Gamer Ultra, and I was doing 4K pass-through for my Xbox One X. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So these are definitely stepping up the game as far as capture cards are concerned. And in addition to the HDMI capture cards, they're doing a live streamer mic. They are doing podcast mics. They're doing, you name it. They're dropping some really, really cool stuff. And then they're doing the embedded AI solution. So over-the-air upgrades, remote diagnostic, embedded vision, and video capture through AI technology. Yeah, Evermedia HD2. I mean, think about that. That you're looking at something that has been out on the market for forever, and they just keep upgrading it and making it better as time goes on, and adding all the bells and whistles that content creators are looking for. So Evermedia, thank you for stepping up the game. I really appreciate it. Now for Deep Cool. Okay, this is already on the market. This is already on the market. Comes in black and white. Look at that gorgeous AIO pump block. That's an infinity mirror built in. And that whole thing is white. Not a single ounce of that shows anything but, except for their light teal for their logo. That's it. You'd be hard pressed to have that not fit into an all white build. Embrace the black. You want to see it? Black and metal. Black and metal all day long. No RGB on the fans. The only RGB that you see is on that pump block itself, and you get to control it. Definitely gnarly. I love it. Next up, we have the CH730WH. This is their all-white mesh micro ATX case. So smaller form factor, looking absolutely gorgeous in that white. But it reminds me of the older NZXT cases where they had that white and black combo. So you weren't getting a true white all throughout the case. You were getting enough that you could showcase all of your white hardware and not have it stand out. like a sore thumb when you see that black on the motherboard, or the black on the graphics card, or the black on the fans. It all goes together. And if you want to see it in black, there she is. Black on black goodness. All day, every day. And that airflow design, definitely speaking volumes for sure. But the one that really caught my eye for them is the one that's next. Welcome in the CH510. This is the mesh digital case. That is a full mesh front panel and all digital display on the front. This is a mid-tower ATX, so you are looking at a full ATX motherboard, and it's programmable. It's a programmable monitor. Programmable monitor for internal system temperatures. Programmable display screen. Heck yes, all day, every day. And it only comes in black right now. And that thing, very standard layout. You've got your graphics card support brace built into the chassis. You've got these sucked in pass-through grommets that no longer have the pull-out freaking circular garbage that drives me nuts when you get cables too tight in there. Oh, yes. All day, every day. You can see the tooling for on the back. You got two 2.5-inch drive bay options. Nice little ventilation for your power supply area going down here at the bottom. Looks like a full 360 on the front, full 360 on top. You may get a little bit tight on the top. I'd say probably stick with a 240 or two 120 mil fans, maybe even two 140s, just to supply enough airflow through the system. But here's another special thing. I wish I could actually zoom in, but if you look closely down here, fan mounting under your graphics cards. Fan mounts for under your graphics cards, and it's full mesh, so you actually have airflow pass through from the bottom. Very nice. Now, this next thing actually comes out from my good buddy JJ over at ASUS. He tweeted this. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, it kept it. So, new product announcement. I want to click on the photo and read it from the side. This is the ROG Swift QD OLED PG49 WCD. I know that's a mouthful. That is a giant freaking monitor. They received several awards for this because this is a 49-inch super ultra wide 5120 by 1440. So it's a 1440p monitor next to a 1440p monitor put together. 2560 by 1440 is your standard. This is 2560 times 2. And it's in QD LED with 144 hertz refresh rate, and I'm guessing variable refresh rate with DisplayPort 1.4 with DSC and HDMI 2.1, as well as USB-C for charging up to 90 watts. Yes. All day, every day. This is your productivity and gaming monitor. That sucker would replace this TV that I have above me. Like, this would replace that monitor, the TV, and the monitor next to it. I do productivity, and timelines on that would be super simple. The only thing that has me worried is if it's VESA mountable. If it's wall mountable, I'm okay with it. But if it's not, it may be a little bit too big to just stand on my desk and take up the whole desk. Because as you can see from that giant curve, that sucker is going to come out like this. absolute eye candy. I can't wait to see when it actually drops, because that is a new product announcement. Okay, so Gigabyte's M32U ARM Edition gaming monitor, 4K gaming. This is that monitor that I showed you earlier as the sneak peek. Gotcha. Clamp monitor arm mount. Super easy level of use. Check that out. Did you see that fluid motion? It's adjustable. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so not only is it 4K resolution, but it's 90% DCI E3 for the color gamut. And DCI color gamuts is actually higher than your standard sRGB color gamut. HDMI 2.1 and adaptive refresh rate. 144 hertz at 1 millisecond response time, gray to gray, with a 10-bit color depth. True 4K gaming and productivity. 1 millisecond response time. Ultra wide, 144 hertz, 10-bit color, HDMI 2.1. So it is compatible with PS5 and Xbox Series X on top of your standard PC. Oh, that is solid gold. Well done. Well done, Gigabyte. You definitely threw this out there, and I can't wait. 32 inches? Yes, please. USB Type-C for connection to laptops without the need for an HDMI cable to go through. On-screen display, black equalizers, game assist, full dashboard, so you can see all your stuff without turning it on through NVIDIA or NZXT software or anything like that. You can just keep it with your motherboard software if you're running Gigabyte hardware already. There's your clamp mount. So you can see it just like a standard monitor mount that you would buy on Amazon, only it's got that swivel that you don't see anywhere. And from the looks of it, it's still VESA mountable. So if you don't want to use the clamp mount, you can pop that sucker off and mount it to the wall and still have the excellent frickin' monitor. Adjustable viewing angle, full swivel 270 degrees, full pivot 90 degrees either direction, and tilt. On top of that, if you hold it for height adjustment steady. There's your ports and connectors. Heck yeah. I want to see Starfield on that. Yeah, me too. And time for the next run. Ready to see Cooler Masters drops? So, right now they're not actually showcasing anything beyond what you see right here. I don't get to know anything beyond what we can see right here. That's it. Come on, that is all manner of beautiful. Okay, so the Master Liquid 360 at Atmos. I believe that is a fan built into the pump housing, and it has stabilizers on the tubes, so you can run those tubes and have them managed in the direction that you want without buying aftermarket grommets for them. The Master Hub is something that Paul over at Paul's Hardware actually showcased on his channel today. And it reminds me, like, they have multiple models and multiple add-ons. It's your Stream Deck, it's your DAC, it's your amp control, it's everything. It's they come with multiple attachments, and it's fully modular, so you can change it out to the parts that you need rather than being stuck with, hey, I've got my Stream Deck, but then I've got my DAC over here, then I've got my this over here, then I've got my this over here, so you've got 12 million things on your desk. No, change it out so it fits what you need, not the other way around. The N-Core chassis, I'm guessing that's a newer version of the stand-up case for ITX format. And then check this out, the Dyne X. That is a full racing sim setup. Like, oh, that's beefy. That is beefy. Full welded tubular design. I'm digging it. MK770 looks like an upgrade to their original, like the 850 and the 750. Solid gaming keyboard. I love it. Now, one of the things that really caught my eye this year is actually the Motion One. I saw a couple friends looking at this, and holy crap, haptic feedback gaming chair. So you get the bumps, you get the sways, you get that action happening in your game, in your chair. You get the thumps, you get the booms, you get the explosions, you get to feel your game rather than just hear it. You don't have to wear something to have it anymore. It's built into the chair. That is sick. I'm going to keep an eye on these because they are going to be dropping the events and showcasing more and more products as they come out. That would be insane. Okay, so the rest of these articles actually come to us from Adam and Gordon over at PC World. They're throwing things out. I think a few other people have written them as well, but PC World articles for the next series of stuff. I wanted to talk about the ROG Matrix RTX 4090. This is stupid ads. I don't care about the ad. Thank you. I don't care. Alright, so the Asus ROG Matrix is a chart-topping RTX 4090 with liquid metal inside. That is a liquid-cooled 4090, and I am here for it. Asus, you knew what you were doing when you brought this back. You knew that everybody was going to want it, and you knew that this was going to be no compromise gaming. This was designed to be a beast, and that's all there is to it. But built-in ARGB fans to the radiator, and that is a 360mm radiator cooling that graphics card, and that is all solid plate design around that card, so you're sure that you're going to get more than just the chip cooled. You're getting the chip, the VRMs, the memory. Everything is getting active cooling from that all-in-one liquid cooler. I'm impressed, and so is the rest of the world. Like, no joke. Liquid metal right on top of the GPU die. Just look at it. That, yeah. Starting MSRP at $1,600 for the standard RTX 4090. Previous Matrix GPUs cost $2,000 without liquid metal and water cooling. So I'm guessing we're probably going to see it at about $2,100 to $2,200 for this 4090 when we actually get the announcement. Maybe a little bit less, but this is going to be a limited edition run, guaranteed. You're not going to see the entire market flooded. Next article from PC World comes out from Mark, and it's called MSI's Project Zero, and it is eliminating cables from site for your motherboard and your case. They work in tandem to where this motherboard has path through to the back and the cables stay in the back. The only thing that you're going to see is that, graphics card cabling, and that's it. It's a new way to do things, and they're finally getting things together when it comes to that. I'm really impressed because this system actually looks really clean, except for some of the cables in it. And that's honestly the way that they have to throw these systems together. Things move in transit. Things get bumped. Things get shifted. People are going in and touching these with their hands. They're moving things around. That shot was done by my buddy Adam, who sent me my camera gear and this microphone, my headset that I'm wearing, you name it. So then, this is one that comes to us from a modder, and it just looks neat. I wanted to share it because I've seen it done once before in a different way, and this one, heck yeah. It's a Cooler Master mod, but it's a sneaker PC. That is a full PC, but it's a sneaker. And it looks like Jordans. It looks like a pair of Jordans. Like, that's sick. I'm good at modding. Like, I can do some gnarly basic stuff, like turning that case into a motorcycle and things like that, and putting on a working headlight. That's a sneaker. That's a shoe. But it's a PC. Okay. Metal, plastic, like the whole 9 yards. Fans built it. It's 10:30 here. Goodness, I didn't realize I was going this late. Small form factor power supply, Master Liquid 360 CPU cooler. That is high speed. Bet you that shoe would make you run fast. That's for darn sure. Now we get to the MSI Mercedes AMG Stealth 16 laptop. It actually has a start engine button on the PC to power it on. And while it, to me, looks like almost every other laptop they've produced, because they worked in tandem with Mercedes to produce this specific laptop, it definitely has the look, it definitely has the feel, it definitely speaks high quality, and hopefully I can get my hands on something like that for editing and design while on the go, because bet your bottom dollar I am working my butt off to try and get my way to CES in January and then to Computex next June. I'm going to need something like that to keep the ball rolling while I'm on the go. Now, Corsair and Height definitely put in next-gen cabling systems. And what you're going to see is a lot of these. So Corsair has these magnetic link with a single cable daisy chain to another set of magnetic link fans that all run to a single box, pass through, and control the next one. So you have a total of 3 cables to run, what, 7 fans? 3 cables, all daisy chained, all controlled in the same software, all ready to go with one single control box. Timmy and Alex are building a PC live at Computex. JP streamed it for a few minutes. Nice. Okay. That's awesome. I mean, Timmy has got world-class skills, and so does Alex. I mean, good gravy. Those guys are nuts. But check this out. I mean, a single cable, and then you daisy chain through interconnectors all the way throughout. There's your AIO, and there's your final fan. That's all you need to run all of that. That's an ecosystem right there. Corsair's getting it right, yet again. I haven't had a chance to work with Corsair, but I know what they're doing. Height is doing something very similar. Height has definitely been putting out quality after quality after quality after quality. Their Y60, their Y40, their new ecosystem, their link setup. This is all where it's at, and they're doing it to make system building easier for the general consumer, and it's going to make things so much nicer as we go. And finally, ULMB2 completely eliminating motion blur on monitors. Ultra low motion blur has been available for G-Sync since 2015. However, ULMB2 works on G-Sync's displays of 360 Hz or higher. Now, I want you to see this. This is a 120 Hz panel without the backlight strobing feature compared to a 480 Hz panel with this feature enabled. And watch what happens. That replay. Look at that again. That 400 Hz. I want to pause. There we go. 480 Hertz. You are seeing it almost ghost. And that new software shift with ULMB2 gives you that clarity. They're trying to make it easier for dumb grunts like me. I stare at the inside of a PC and panic at the parts. Well, one of the things that I want to get to while I'm doing this is I want to get to the point where I start doing teach me how streams. Teach me how streams with the beginner builders so I can showcase when, where, how, and why to do anything and everything that you could want to do for system building. Be it upgrades, be it a first time install, be it changing out parts, be it cleaning your PC, or hey, why is my fan making this noise? Or why am I seeing different things pop up when I know that I installed this correctly? Or like me, I ran my system for almost a year. I started seeing creeping temperatures, and I figured out that the CPU block was slightly shifted on the processor and causing it to overheat when I cleaned the loop and put it back together. So it was just a hair off, and those small details can cause problems. Now, the last time I helped build a PC was the 90s with my dad. Did you see the distro plate Alex made? It's worth $3,000. I did not get to see the distro plate that Alex made, but I did showcase yesterday Alpha Cool showing off all of their new gear. And I want you to see it. I want you to see it because I want to show it off again. I'm going to go to the consumer page so you can see this all over again. I'm going to swap back to my live scene. Tefin, if you haven't seen this yet, it's right up your alley with liquid cooling. And Insanity and the rest of you guys, you're going to dig it. Q4 2023, a full suite of liquid cooling gear designed to work together. This is just their booth. But we're going to start out with the new product lineup with Apex. Apex starts with their new chassis. That is a carbon fiber, open frame, fully modular designed chassis. Carbon fiber, tubular design, fully modular, hot swappable, everything. Good video from Alex, Hit Gurus, Gigabyte. Holy crud, that looks amazing. Yes. You're also seeing distros for it. You're seeing accessories for it. This is called the Apex Pro Skeleton Carbon Case. Fully modular case with carbon struts, real carbon, not just generic. Customized distro plate, the whole 9 yards. And then stealth metal fans for silence. I want you to look at this. This beats out the Be Quiet Silent Wings 4, the Cooler Master Mobius, the Air Force 120 Elite from Corsair, the Seasonic Magflow fans, and the Noctua NFA 12s for their new fans on air pressure, noise, and design. That's just airflow. Here's your noise. That's what you need to be seeing. Okay, so Noctua is always the king when it comes to putting out noise and squashing it. Look at how low it is in RPM versus the decibels that it's reaching. I want to see Steve over at Gamers Nexus test these fans, because if they are true to their word on this design, we have a game changer on our hands. This is almost completely silent, and they start out at 1200 RPM. They start at 1200 to be quiet. That's maxing out at about 28 decibels at 2300 RPM, 2350 RPM. I'll take it. I'll take it in a heartbeat. So now we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you the Core series. This is all the liquid cooling gear that I found gorgeous. All right, so we start off with our CPU blocks. The Core 1 CPU cooler comes in 5 different types. You've got your standard black metal housing, super sleek, super gorgeous with the black and silver accents, a full silver, and it's a brushed silver with the chrome accents. I'm guessing it's nickel plated brass for the actual fitting holes itself, like all the rest of their stuff. White, but still metal. Then you've got the silver Aurora, so you get the ARGB built into the blockhead, and then you get it in black too. I'm definitely digging the design language. This is the one that really stood out to me because this is the Core 2 Aurora CPU AIO. They've had the Core AIO before. They had this quick disconnect design, and it's designed to take and integrate to a GPU block so you can expand your loop but have it all be one unit and not have to do something absolutely insane for a custom loop. It's just, click, click, done. Add some fluid, you don't have to worry about it ever again, and you'll actually be able to see the fluid level in the side of the housing just like in their original. They have officially put out new radiators with ARGB built in, but that's a flush mount radiator. That is flush mount. Look at how thick that thing is. T45, I'm guessing, is a 45 mil radiator, flush mount, so you're not going to run into the issues of Am I going to have to deal with standoff limits and things like that? Is it going to clear in my case? When you see the depth of that radiator, that's the depth of the radiator. Your fitting sitting on top of it is just your fitting sitting on top of it. That eliminates the need for extra measuring. Core 2 tube reservoir with ARGB built in, and it is a full glass housing. Full glass housing, and it actually says core inside in the diffuser. Absolutely beautiful. I had to show you guys that real quick because honestly, like, oh, wrong one. I forgot to swap that over. There we go. I had to show you guys that because I love liquid cooling gear, and stuff like that really stands out to me. I don't know what else is going on for the remainder of the evening. I'm actually getting kind of sleepy, but I know Barnacules is going live, and several other of the tech tubers out there are going live and streaming from Computex and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this time to thank each and every one of you for being here. It's 10:41 p.m. for me. I do need to take some time to unwind for the evening. I'll probably go to bed around midnight or so I can catch keynotes and things and prepare for tomorrow's stream. But I will be streaming every single day this week in preparation for when things come. And then once Computex is over, I'm going to be dropping my streams down to 1 or 2 times a week max, probably on the weekends, because if you didn't know already, I'm going back to school. I put in and got accepted. To start a visual arts program at a local tech college so I can hone my craft and really upgrade the level of everything that I do. And I hope you love the design language of the overlays and everything like that. I thought it was fun. I thought it was unique. I like having the animations. It doesn't distract from everything that I've got going on. Every single stream that we have going on for the remainder of the week is going to be that 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be here, share it with everybody, stop on and make sure that before you leave, give the videos a like and comments and things like that after it goes away, because it does help me in the algorithm so that I can put out more content like this and get more people in the live streams and share it with more of you amazing folks. And thank you for being here. Seriously, thank you for being here. You definitely took my night from a hyper stressful situation right before stream to I actually feel okay. I got to let some emotions out. I got to talk about cool tech, and I got to enjoy my evening with you fine folks. So again, thank you, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Remember, like, share. I'll see you tomorrow.